What's up guys, Jimmy here, and I wanted to review the Tonal fitness solution machine that I just saw at the Beverly Hills pop-up in Los Angeles. Just because nobody's done this online, and the few videos that I did see of this machine they were too scripted, and it was obviously that it wasn't a personal trainer or someone who was actually interested in a home gym situation would get into. It was too fake for me. And so being a personal trainer and being in the field for a number of years, I thought it would be helpful to you that if you've looked at this thing, you've been interested, maybe I can give you guys some key points that you haven't seen before. Now, to be fair, I'm not affiliated with Tonal, even though I'd like to be, just because I think this product I think it's fantastic, and I'd really like to get involved, and I haven't been this excited about really a fitness thing in a long time. There's only so much you can get excited about with dumbbells. I think when the Bowflex, I have some back there, came out, that was the coolest thing ever. But just kind of going over some key points. I've got some notes here that, again, might not be on their webpage or you could share. This review, I am going to give you pros and cons, just because I don't trust anybody's review that does not give pros and cons about a product as well. So I think first and foremost, this is obviously a machine that is going to go in your home. I do have a home here. This is where I work out a majority of the time, and I'm looking to replace my cage and add in some more functionality that you can't do with Bowflex, you can't do with like just normal dumbbells, whatever it might be. And it's just a really pretty machine. I'm an ex-designer and self-proclaimed minimalist, so I like my home to look clean and simple, and you can see right now, it does not. Now, the biggest thing about this, and you can go to my Instagram page, I'm sure I'll link it below, is you can see that the whole machine is very collapsible, meaning it just sits in its own like Tesla-looking battery pack thing, and then you bring it out, and then it's kind of your standard cable machine that you might find in any gym, and it's just really designy and really beautiful, and that's kind of the first and foremost thing that you're gonna see and love about this thing. Now, common questions, at least the ones that I had, I think. I don't know if they're common, but this is what I had, is like, what does it feel like actually lifting the weights versus like a stack of weights at the gym? It is different. I don't know if it's enough of a difference for that many people to mind. You're gonna have to see one in person. That's really gonna be the only thing or only way that you're really gonna tell. But it is more feeling like you're pulling against a pressure instead of like a weight stack and a pulley. But it wasn't anything it wasn't enough to kind of catch my attention and throw me off guard, where I was like, okay, this is not something I would ever want. It wasn't glitchy or anything like that. It was just a little different. And if you're not used to those big pulley and weight machines at the gym, and you haven't been using them your entire life, then I don't really think you're gonna notice a big difference. You're still pulling a resistance or pushing against a resistance, and that is ultimately gonna get you the results you want, build the muscle, all that type of stuff. But what I did know is a major difference is between the handle and the pulley, or however this thing works. I'm not an engineer. It was like a corded rope, like a really strong corded rope, whereas in the gym, it feels like it's more of kind of like a wire wrapped in plastic or something. The biggest downside with this particular machine, not just Tonal, but the cable machine in general, is you do have to position your body during certain moves to make sure that the rope or the cable doesn't rub against your body. And that's really the only downside of these machines, because again, I think these machines are the most versatile machines in the entire gym that you can get. Not saying they're perfect, and I don't think any machine ever will be, but they are the most versatile. And I think that Tonal actually took it to another level that you may not realize. I'm gonna explain that here in a little bit as well. Now, the handles and accessories. The first thing you guys are gonna notice about this thing, if you're like me, you're gonna notice that it just looks freaking amazing. And then you're gonna go second thing right to the price. It is pricey, but that being said, I guess that's subjective for everybody. You will want to get the accessories package and bundle. The biggest reason being is those accessories do have the button control, which does start and stop the actual resistance of the machine, which is the biggest benefit to this machine over just going to the gym, buying. The other thing is buying a typical cable machine, just because to get the weights into place, you have to lift the weight, right? You have to get a dumbbell off the ground into a shoulder press, whatever it might be. Here, you can press the button, it will actually turn off the resistance, you can pull the cable into place, set your position, click it back on, and it will turn that resistance on so you can start the whole process. So it really is, it's even better than really having a spotter in the gym. And I think that's the biggest thing here too, is that you'll be able to push more loads and push more resistance than you would normally if you're somebody who has trouble getting a weight into position. So you're gonna need that accessory bundle. You could, of course, or you could potentially buy your own. I wouldn't take my word on that, because they have a proprietary system of how they connect into the mechanism that gets to the rope. But you could potentially rig something up with your own accessories, but you'll be obviously lacking that feature, which again is the biggest reason, or one of the biggest reasons, to get this entire thing. Now, the other thing that comes with the accessory package is the bench. You know, this is a pro and con. I've got like a really nice Bowflex bench over there that does, multiple adjustments, incline, decline, and I would use that a majority of the time. But if you're someone just starting out, I think the bench that comes with it, which you have to get anyways, is nice because it is lightweight. It's sturdy, but it's lightweight. So if you are following the on-screen workouts, then it would be nicer to have a lighter weight bench to just kind of move around a lot faster than the larger one that you might have to adjust, and it's a little bit heavier just to kind of move around, and that could potentially be a little bit more of a pain. I think in general, you have to get the accessory. If you're gonna invest in this thing, just go all the way into this thing. So again, a little bit of pros and cons there. Another thing that I love about this is that it does have functionality of how the resistance can work. And it's got two functions, which is chains and eccentrics. And what this allows you to do is to change the resistance during the move. If you guys are familiar, hopefully you're familiar with this, chains, which I haven't found in many of the gyms that I go to. You put a chain on whatever the mechanism that you're doing, and as you concentrically move, the resistance increases. So maybe what you start out as 20 pounds becomes 30 by the end, which is just, for a lot of people, I think it's fun to switch up that variety instead of just having the same weight and switching up reps and sets, and instead actually changing how every set or every rep actually goes. And then the opposite is true with the eccentrics, is this is something that is almost not impossible. Without a spotter or a friend or something else in a gym, it is very hard to come across. Even though all of us can eccentrically move a weight, it is hard to tack on enough weight to get the full eccentric load that we would want and start to build that muscle and build those gains, just because our, eccentrics, you can put on 120 to 150% more weight on your body than you can concentrically. So again, these are just really, really cool features that maybe a more advanced person or even intermediate would want to play with just to increase their strength and progress, and again, keep that variety in your weight or in your workouts that might be lacking in other workouts that you're doing right now, which is standard dumbbells. They also do have a spotter assist. I guess if you have the bar and it leans to one side, or you look like you're struggling, it will actually decrease the resistance to allow you to finish out your sets, which is obviously great. I don't know about you guys. I don't have a partner that I go to the gym with, or I work out with my girlfriend a lot, and sometimes I'm pushing weights that she just can't lift, and so this is a really great feature. Although I didn't test that out too much when I was doing the workouts, just because I have my mind on other things, it is nice to know that those things are there. Now, one last thing that you will probably not see from any of the websites, or at least I haven't found, it did have a really nice, I did do a 10 or 15 minute workout and then just kind of cut it short just to see what it was like. My intention with this machine is really not to have the on-demand subscription or to use it a lot. I just want it for the machine itself and to control my weights and control some of these functionalities. But if you're someone that wants those workouts and to follow along, it is really nice that it does have 3 music modes, or not music modes, but sound modes, I guess you could say, where you can control the volume of the trainer, you control the volume of the music if you have it on, and you can also control the volume of the sound effects. When I first got in there, I turned the sound effects off. I'm like, I don't need sound effects, not realizing that I can't always be looking up at the screen and would actually need to hear the cues of, okay, I'm done, or if I'm pressing heavy weight, I can't be thinking about sometimes what rep I'm on or whatever it might be. So that was a really neat feature to kind of play with that. and choose, kind of what's best for you and how you want to kind of run your workout. So there is tons of functionality and changes and oh God, I'm losing the word, like variety that you can do with this thing. Now, again, the cons. I mean, the biggest one, guys, is going to be, or ladies, is going to be the price of this thing. At $3,000, it's obviously not meant for everybody. Where a lot of people are like, well, I could just go to the gym for a few years and equal that price. This is something that obviously sits in your home. I guess you could consider time and gas money, or just not wanting to go to the gym to make up for that. And then at $50 a month for their subscription service that they kind of basically make you have for the first year. I don't really agree with that. I understand the basics of the business model of what they're doing, but I really think they need kind of a lower entry point for people like me who just want to use it as just a gorgeous, awesome, functional machine and don't need all the workouts from other people, just because I think a lot of trainers, whether you bring people into your own home, you could set up different profiles for them and all that type of stuff, would need a little bit more. So again, I think price right away is going to scare people off immediately. But again, when it's like some of my Bowflex things back there that were $500-600 when I bought them. It is an investment over time, not only in your health, but it will, if you look at all the money you spend going to the gym and all these other things, this could even out. It's just that initial sticker shock that just really shocks the hell out of you. Other than that, guys, I think that's about it. I'm a big fan. My vote for this thing is to buy it, and I would really like to see it on my wall when I have that extra money to spare, and then order one and get it set up. I think the pricing structure, they do have a payment plan, but they add in some things with that, like a longer subscription, so it does tack up really quickly. Which I'm not a huge fan of. Hopefully it's a new company. I met the president, really nice guy. Hopefully they start changing some of these things to bring in people like myself that do want to invest in nice piece of equipment, but maybe don't have quite that much money. But anyways, my vote goes to yes. I think this is an awesome machine, and comparatively, I think it's priced, around the middle of where an actual machine like this with, the huge weight plates, and a low end something that you could get at Walmart would kind of be. Usually I've seen things from $2,000 to $6,000. This is $3,000, $4,000 when you put everything in it. But anyways, guys, I think this is a fantastic thing. My vote is yes, and I hope that this review has kind of helped you out, help maybe you decide a little bit more. Go check out a pop-up. You can go to their Facebook page. If you have any questions for me, please let me know below. Thanks.